Hi everyone, this is Sam Diaz from Cuefonix. How are you all doing? Today I'm going to demonstrate my scoring process for a video I made. My good friend Chris Foster, he created this beautiful video called Sanibel Lighthouse. And it's essentially just showing off, I guess more of a tourist video showing off the scenic beauty of Sanibel Lighthouse here in Florida. It's a great video and as a musician, as an artist, it gives me a lot to work with, I feel. Um, this project, although if you look at the project here, it looks very simple, was actually quite a challenge because let me just show you the video first, and then we'll get into why it was kind of a challenge. I'm just gonna play you the video with the audio it came with, and then we'll talk about the music afterwards. So I'm not gonna show you the whole video. I'll just show you some parts of it. And so here it goes. Oops, without music, obviously. And let me actually make that bigger for you so you can. There you go. Make sure the audio. Yeah. So, video starts off like this, and one thing you'll notice throughout the video is that it has a lot of, it's a lot of cuts, like a lot of transitions. It has some points that Chris wanted the music to hit certain points, certain cuts. So it's another one there, another one there, and it has various throughout the video. Now, I've worked on many projects before, and when I compose, I try to capture as best as I can the essence of the video, musically. And sometimes that is way easier said than done. He gave me a temp track, which is basically a piano vocals, and that helped me a little bit. But the end result of what I did was, was different. Now, here in this particular part, he wanted the music to pick up, to start building to the end of the video, because the transitions are a little faster, a little bit more intense. So I had to, try to capture that. The music, again, very beautifully made, very beautifully detailed. And this is not even the final product that I have here, but very nice transition to the lighthouse there. All right, and that's essentially the video. So let's go back to the other screen set that I had. Now, the challenge in this video, ultimately to me, was that I had to create the music without any metronome, because it's just the hits were too random. It's the cuts were too random. There was no tempo. There's no tempo that could hit all of them. And I think I probably just missed one, regardless. But it wasn't that big of a deal. So now I started off by making a piano track, which is this track right here, and with the piano track, I basically laid out the foundation. I laid out the hits, progression, and I tried to create something very simple. But if I make it too complicated, too many chord changes, too many, it'd just be it'd be a hot mess pretty much. So I'm gonna play it to you now with the piano, so you can hear transition points. You can hear the chord changes and everything, and then I'll show you the layers I put on top of it and how I built it up from there. So let's watch that now with the piano layout that I put on. Let me just make sure that it's solo. All the chords, they hit with something. Couple more hits there. All right, cool. Now, I said very simple. And here around 107, it picks up. You know, like in this part here, it picks up let's see if I can find it exactly where it picks up. Right here, right around here, it picks up. Okay, that this is where he wanted right here. So okay, so that took a while. That took actually a lot longer than the rest of the piece, than everything else I did, because I had to. I basically, usually when I write music to picture, I create a tempo map and I work from that. With this one, I didn't have a tempo map. I literally had to look at the picture, and I had to look at the picture while I was playing, and just feel it out. It was a very very emotional process for me, which is, I mean, it always is, but like, it was more emotional than other times, because a lot of times I don't even, I look at picture, but since I already created a tempo map from beforehand, and I make markers and stuff, and I already know what's coming up. I can hear, I don't even look at the picture all that much. I know what's coming up. I kind of feel it out. This one, I was literally just looking and writing. It was a very interesting process. So one of the things that, that Chris wanted, is that he wanted some synths on this. So I created these calming waves. By the way, really quick, instrument-wise, the piano I'm using here is the B grand from. Let's see if I can. It will let me open it. I think I have to increase it. Oh, that's fine. Contact. Yeah, the Session Keys Grand S. Okay, awesome piano. Sounds great. I think I took off the effects on it. It's the standard setting. I took off the effects on it. A lot of these libraries are connected to an external hard drive, and I'm not connected to an external hard drive. But a lot of them, you know, a lot of pianos I use it dry. I try to make it as dry as possible, and then put effects afterwards. So that's it. That's essentially what I did here. Let me go ahead and freeze that up again, because I actually liked how it was frozen. It sounded, like, I mean, it can play it back, but better be safe than sorry. Now, after I did the piano part, Chris told me I did once first draft, very similar to this, but it was really, it was just piano, and I think I had a cello at the end, but I wanted more effects, I wanted more of ambience on it. So I used this piano from ES2, this synth, I'm sorry, called Calming Waves, and I ran this through probably my favorite ambient reverb, which is called Valhalla Shimmer. It's right here. Great reverb, 100% mix, and then I kind of just, like, as an aux, I kind of just sent it to here, and I got this kind of effect going on. So let me play it back for you. All right, very, the waves, it just fits the music. Then moving along, I made there's another instrument that came in Logic called Mystic Vibes. Now this one I added a lot of Valhalla to this one, but I added another effect called the Doppler. Now I'll show you why I use this. I'm gonna disable it first. I'm gonna disable it now, and I'm gonna play this to you without it and then with, and you'll see the effect I was trying to go for here. That's a very beautiful instrument. I use that mostly for the first half. Both of these, I mostly use it for the first half. Now, the one thing I noticed here is if you look at the picture closely, in this part, the birds, you got the birds in that part, and I kind of like just wanted to do something a little bit out of the box with this, so wanted to create a kind of a birdie effect. I don't know. I don't really know how to describe it, but that's really the best way I can describe it, a birdie effect. So I tried a couple of different processors. I ran across this one, Waves, and it just did the job. And you're here now. It kind of creates a little effect. Yeah. Now, by itself, it's a you're probably thinking like, what the hell is that? But like in context, I'm gonna play to you in context. You hear what it sounds like. Let me play without the video sound. Why is it playing the video sound? Oh, of course, muted the wrong one. Sorry. All right, so let me play the. Yeah, in context, this sounds completely different. Um, I wasn't too sure of it myself when I first heard it back by itself. I'm like, oh, I don't know if this is gonna work. When I heard it in context, I'm like, yes, this is gonna work. So I was really happy about that. Then here I added what did I add here? I don't even know what I added. Oh, a cello. We'll get to that in a second. We'll get to that. That's really. I added some bell. Right here I added another synth, and this is a Prophet, I think, synthesizer. Yeah, Prophet. Again, ran through I think some Valhalla, yes, Valhalla, and a very low velocity. That kind of got this effect to help build this part up. Yeah. Now, and it has kind of like a this particular patch. It has kind of like a, I don't know, like the way I created the attack is it kind of has almost like a reverse like whoop effect on it too. So now here there's some bells that go along. The bells basically for the most part mirror the cello part. Um, you know, didn't realize how much reverb I put on this piece. I put a lot of reverb on this. All right, and then the deep bass comes in when the music builds up here. So you hear that? It's a very boomy sub bass. I cut out a lot of the highs in it. Actually, not a lot of the highs. All the highs in it. So all the high frequencies. Um, and then for most of the other stuff, it's just about balancing the EQ, finding the sweet spot EQ wise. A lot of it didn't even have EQ and I just opted for panning. A lot of these I just pan them different sections because there's not that many instruments. So just to create more space in the mix. Now, the other instrument here is the cello. This is the Tina Guo cello from Cinesamples. When I bought this, it was one of those purchases that like I heard it, but I wasn't sure. I'm like, is this really as good as it they make it sound? Because I'm very skeptical when it comes to libraries online, but it's very, very, very good. It's awesome library. I like it. It sounds awesome. It sounds great. It functions well, and it's here in context. I'm using the raw mix here. I added my own reverb to this, and the reverb that I used is the same one I use in the piano, which is the RC48. It's the grand piano preset. I made a few modifications to it, though. Very good. right, and then here, yeah, that's like the little melody that plays at the end. I wanted this music to have at least something distinct about it. So I wanted to create a little theme, and that's like the little main theme of the whole piece at the end. So um, I think, I think that's pretty much it. So what I'm gonna do is just gonna play you back the whole piece. You can see how it works in context. So. All right, cool. As a final note, I would like to add that I did put some mastering effects on this because this is the final product. I used from the T-Rack effects. I used a TREQ 432 mastering EQ. I put a lot, 17K, like the really high frequencies to open it up a little bit more, give it more air. Hence the name. And then I didn't make a modification to it. I took around 200. I minus 1 dB, a little bit I added there, just to clear up some of the mud. Use a multiband here as well. I like using stereo image on my recordings to make it sound wider. I love wide sounding recordings. Again, this is personal preference. You don't have to, all this is personal preference. This is what I do. And then again, from Fab Filter, I used the Pro limiter. I used a preset film score, gentle, musical, and then I bumped it up to a volume that I thought was reasonable. Sounded great. And that's it for my mastering chain. Sorry, mastering chain. And yeah, that's it for this piece. Very simple piece, but it's very beautiful video. Chris did an amazing job on it. Can't wait to work on his feature with him later on. And so stay tuned for that. And if you have any questions at all, you can visit my website, or you can visit Cuefonix on Facebook, on YouTube. You can reach me there too. And that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you enjoy. Also, this was done on Logic Pro X, using pretty much Contact and instrument that came with it. So to answer any of those questions. All right, thank you, and good day.